Hi, today we're going to make a raw rye bread, and we're going to start with, of course, rye. I've soaked the rye overnight, and we're going to place that in the blend. The next thing I'm going to put in here is buckwheat. Buckwheat is somewhat of a misnomer. There is no wheat or gluten in buckwheat. Now, if you happen to be gluten intolerant, do not use the rye. Just replace it with a nut and you will be able to have a gluten-free buckwheat bread. Now we're going to use flax seeds. These are flax seeds. They're very high in omega-3s. You want to grind them fresh. To do that, I have a little coffee grinder. Never in my life did I think I would need a coffee grinder, but I pour it in there. And now I have flax meal. I'm just going to pour some of the flax meal in, 1 cup of celery, and some onion, and my spices, which are coriander, turmeric, salt, and some onion powder. And then I'm going to put some lime juice in this. Once you have your ingredients in your blender, you will then turn it on. And I'm going to add some raw coconut flour to this. It gives it a little bit lighter filling to it. You can get the raw coconut flour either online or at health food stores. And we're going to continue mixing this dough. Now, when you're putting celery into your food processor, it is important to cut it in smaller pieces because it has strings. And if you don't, people might think you have hair in your food. And spread it to the thickness that I want. You can dehydrate this in loaf, but the problem with doing it as a loaf is that it has a tendency to ferment on the inside. The thicker it is, the longer it takes to dehydrate, and the outside feels very crispy, and the inside is still not done. So to combat that problem, what I have done is I have found a bread-shaped cookie cutter, or actually I guess it's a crust cutter that cuts off the crust of bread. Then I take my cookie cutter, I take a dehydrator tray, and I scoop up my bread, place it on the bread, and dehydrate it for about 12 hours. And when it comes out, it will look like that.